Hey friends, thanks for joining me. Another edition of Jazz Memes, Chord Melody with John Storie, and let's do All the Things You Are today. It's such a beautiful tune written by Jerome Kern. Of course, Jerome Kern wrote some pretty hip standards, tunes like I'm Old Fashioned, The Way You Look Tonight, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, The Song Is You. What else? I Won't Dance, some really cool tunes. So he's one of my favorites. And I'm going to try to kind of keep this arrangement moving a little bit more of like a medium up tempo and try to kind of keep it a little tipping and make sure I get the melody really clear when I play the head. And then I'm going to kind of dive in with some single line soloing, I think, right away. So let me give this a shot, and then after I play, I'll discuss a little bit what I did and give you a couple exercises to help you build your technique to doing some chord melody as well. All right, 1, 2, 3. So when approaching kind of playing at more upper tempos, I would consider that to be a bright tempo for chord melody. It's getting that bounce from our playing, right? I think it's really helpful for us to think about a loose right hand and a loose forearm here too. So when we're playing, there's not a lot of tension here. I feel like the more tension that's in the right hand, the less accurate I am on the strings, right? And one thing that can help when we're playing is if you're using a pick when you do chord melody, you play some single lines. Let's just play something over this F minor chord. So I'm keeping this as loose as I can. And when I strum into the next chord, do like some big bandish style voicings and keep this moving, it makes my single lines more accurate. Let me give you an example of that. I'll do some trading, maybe trading fours here, chord melody, like playing some chord, block chord solo, and some single line, and trying to keep this as loose as I can. That was a little sloppy, but the point was just keeping this moving and keeping this light. I feel like it helps the bounce, it helps kind of the tempo stay afloat, and it helps things feeling like we're moving forward. Again, one of the earlier videos we talked about was solo guitar. I think one of the challenges with this is that it can sound too laid back, and then the music doesn't have an energy going forward because we don't have a bass player and a drummer pushing us, right? So that's, again, part of this whole smoke and mirrors stuff that we've been talking a lot about, giving the impression that there's more people playing than there are. And a lot of that has to do with how you're feeling your beat, how you're playing, and for me, the right hand, it's about keeping that as loose as possible. So one activity you can practice, just to send you on a way with this, is first, go look at the tune, All the Things You Are. A little bit of a note, that intro that we all play, that we learned out of the real book, right, where we play the D flat 7 sharp 9, actually is D flat minor, and that comes from the Ahmad Jamal trio. So when Ahmad Jamal recorded in the 50s, he recorded a series of tunes. I believe it was on Ahmad's Blues. You might have to do a little bit of research on your own for that, but that was a little riff that Ahmad Jamal played, and Ahmad played it minor dominant with the raised 9. And I think one of the problems in the real book was they just wrote both of them as a sharp 9. So if you want to be hip, play that as like a 4 minor at the beginning of the tune, D flat minor, and do a C7 sharp 9. Okay, so that's one. So learn the tune, All the Things You Are, get the chords and the melody down, and then let's practice here, kind of keeping a brighter tempo and trading some fours with yourself with it. And start with chords. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Simple pattern, single lines. Chords. Single line. Chords. I'm just kind of outlining when I solo. Finish out the form with chords just to get this tempo build a little bit better. I'm going to start with single lines. Back to chords. A lot of enclosure, a lot of outline, a lot of arpeggios. So it's really good when we're practicing solo guitar. Trade some fours with yourself. Keep that tempo up and bright on some tunes that you can make the changes on. And if you want some more details on other things that you heard in my little arrangement that I improvised here, just be sure to comment right here below, and I will do my best to get right back to you. Thanks for tuning in here to Jazz Memes, and keep checking out some of the videos and the hilarious memes that we can share with all of our friends. Musician humor. All right, guys. See you later.